Hi, I'm Deb, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Yoga Bites with Deb. Today we have a practice, just a little pick-me-up practice, little opening for our hips a little bit, opening up for the wrists, the soles of the feet, a little bit of balancing in tree pose, just something to have a little fun with. So I hope you'll join me lying on your backs. Come onto your back. Bring the soles of your feet together and let the knees drop out to either side. We're going to rest our hands onto our belly. And if you feel comfortable, just allow your eyes to softly close. As we just take some slow, deep belly breaths. So as you inhale, allow your belly to expand. Feel the belly rise up, expand through the sides of the waist, also into the back side, pressing into the mat. And as you exhale, gently draw that belly in to release the breath. Try and let your whole body just soften and relax. One more great big breath in. Open your mouth and just sigh. We're going to lift our knees up. Walk those feet in. Remove anything from behind your head and take your hands by your sides. So you want to make sure your head is gazing up. You don't want to turn your head to the side. Coming into some bridging here. And we're going to play around with the pelvis. So we're going to rock forward on that tailbone. So your low back arches off the mat. That's your inhale. On the exhale, we're going to press the low back into the mat. And then inhale, lift the buttocks and peel each vertebrae up off the mat. Come up as high as you like. Exhale, slowly lower down. Press that low back into the mat when you come down. And then inhale, rock forward on the tailbone. Exhale, press the low back into the mat and lift up. Inhaling. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, roll forward onto the tailbone. Exhale, press the low back into the mat and lift up. And then let's hold in our bridge pose. So we work to squeeze the buttocks up. Now notice how your knees feel. Sometimes when my feet are hip distance apart, my knees are feeling a little bit too tight, they're a little uncomfortable. So I walk my feet a little bit wider and allow my toes just to turn slightly out to opposite corners of the mat. Not a big turn, just a little. And then you might choose to clasp your hands underneath and tuck your shoulders under and press those hips up nice and high. Just continue to breathe. And then we're going to unclasp, uncurl the shoulders and slowly lower all the way down. And then we're going to, you can replace your pillows if you have them. We're going to hug the right knee into the chest and extend the left leg out. Extend the right arm out and come into a little easy twist here. Cross the knee over, look over your right shoulder if you like. Just breathe. Slowly uncross, and then let's switch legs. Hug the left knee in, stretch the right leg out. Extend the left arm out. Let's come into our twist, looking over that left shoulder if you like. Slowly, we untwist. Lower those feet down. We're going to roll to the side, tuck your chin in, and slowly come on up. Coming onto our hands and knees here. So spreading our fingers nice and wide. And let's see if we can get into our wrists here. So you can start by turning your palms to a quarter turn. and see how that feels. And let's maybe lean to one side and lean to the other, just going from side to side, being kind, gentle stretches, nothing too intense. And you can certainly stay here, or if you're able to, turn those fingers so they face towards those knees. And then we're just going to sort of circle around. And then you might just pause, slightly bend those elbows, keeping the palms onto the mat. You're just looking for stretch through the wrist, through the forearm. It doesn't have to be crazy. And then if you like, you can start to peel the heel of the hand away so your fingers are pressed into the mat, and just see how that feels. Breathe. And then release. Turn everything around. Maybe sit back on your heels and just give a little shake. Just give a little shake to those wrists. Loosen them up. Excellent. Go back onto the hands and the knees. Curl the toes under. Now we're going to stretch the soles of our feet as we just lean back. Walk back. Your hands, maybe you keep your hands onto the mat. Maybe your hands come onto your thighs. If you're able to, you stack your shoulders right over your hips and you breathe. So soles of the feet, it can be very intense. I find this very challenging. So just focus on that breath. Bring yourself forward. Uncurl the toes, slight little taps, wind the ankles, loosen up. And then we're going to come into downward facing dog. Curl the toes under, knees up, push back. Tilt that tailbone up, bend one knee, straighten the other heel, and slowly switch. Hug those elbows in. Okay, remember both knees could be bent. You're talking about lengthening the spine, no rounding. Take those shoulders away from those wrists. And let's just lift that right leg up and see if we can step that right foot forward in between our hands and press the left foot down. We're going to bend into the right knee and come up into warrior two pose. So feet, front heel in line with the back arch. Bend your knee, it doesn't go past your toes and it doesn't collapse inwards. Soften through the shoulders and gaze over your front fingertips. From here, we're going to come into that side angle posture. We're going to lean over our bent knee and then tilt our arms. So this front arm, this right hand could be on the inside of your leg, so your knee doesn't collapse inwards, or you could rest the elbow there. Just don't dump your weight. And then that top arm, we could bring it up alongside our ear. If your arm is tired, you're welcome to just rest it here. So we're trying to find this side angle, this nice line from the baby toe going all the way up, either to the crown of the head or up through your fingertips. Make sure you're not turning to face that mat. Keep breathing. And then we're going to bring ourselves all the way up and turn our toes. Let's face the other direction. Find a warrior two here. Focus on your breath. And then we lean and tilt. Elbow could rest there. Top arm could go alongside your ear. Try and sink the hip down. So try and get this nice long line. Keep that core engaged. Bringing ourselves all the way back up. Turn those toes to face the long side of the mat. Hands to our hips. And you can keep your hands on your hips, or we could clasp our hands behind us. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, press the palms down and away. Nice big inhale. Belly is in, exhale, come forward. Maybe just to a half flat back here. Or maybe bow the head down and lift those arms up. Some of you might be able to take those arms forward. My shoulders won't let me do that. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades away towards one another, away from your ears, those shoulders. Breathe. Drawing that belly in, really press into your feet as you make your way back up to standing. Release those hands, bring those heels in one at a time. Goddess pose. Whoops. Bend those knees. Bend those knees. Knees and toes in the same direction. Bend those elbows. Turn those palms up. So your shoulders stack over your hips. You want to pull up those pelvic floor muscles. Draw that belly in. And of course, you want to breathe. Lengthen ourselves up. Turn the left foot to face the long side of the mat, the right foot to face the short side of the mat. And let's come into our triangle pose. So lean and tilt. Keep that length through the side of the body. So no collapsing down, trying to touch the floor. Draw the belly in, bring yourself up. Just reverse that triangle. Get a nice stretch through that right side. And then bring yourself down and let's turn those toes in the opposite direction. Extend those arms. Press back hip to the back wall. Lengthen and tilt. Keep the length through the sides of the waist. If your neck lets you, you can turn to gaze up towards the ceiling. Focus on that breath. Belly is in, bring yourself up, reverse that triangle. And then bring yourself all the way up and step your feet together. Let's give a little shake. And then we're going to come into tree pose, a balancing posture. Balance is very challenging. If you'd rather be by a wall or if you have a chair you could hold on to just in case, by all means. You don't need a mat to balance. We're going to stand on one leg, root that leg down, draw the belly in. You're going to find one spot to focus on that doesn't move, and we're going to turn our thigh out to the side, but make sure your hips stay facing forward. And when you're ready, you're going to press your foot. Sometimes just wrapping the toes around the ankle works. Sometimes you get your foot to go right into your calf. Or if you've got that flexibility, lift the foot above the knee and into your thigh. And balance is challenging, so play with it. The hands can go up, down. The palms could come to the heart. Just breathe. Slowly come on out. Switching sides, stand on that opposite leg, open the thigh up, belly is in. When you're ready, you're going to press your foot into your leg into your foot. Stay focused while you breathe. Excellent. Slowly come down. Take your feet a little bit wider, toes point out. Let's come into a squat. Inhale. Bring those arms up. Bring the palms together. Exhale, sink all the way down. So knees and toes in the same direction. Elbows maybe on the inside of your knees to press them open and lengthen your spine. Slowly bring yourself down. Grab a seat. Bringing the soles of our feet together. Let the knees drop out to either side. So we did this lying down. This time we're going to hold on to our ankles, sit up tall, and then maybe bow ourselves forward. Lengthening the spine up, bringing the knees together. We're going to extend the legs straight out into Dandasana, our staff pose. Wiggle around, sit up nice and tall. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Feel free to bend those knees and bow forward so the upper body can round. Your hands could rest beside your legs. They could be on your shins. If it's available, you could grab your toes. Just make sure that stretching and reaching, you have the ability to relax in this posture. Tuck your chin in and just focus on the breath. Slowly lengthening ourselves up, sitting nice and tall, bringing our palms together at our hearts. That's our yoga bite for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Namaste.